Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all in the second day of the online international FDP on application of data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning in health, science, social, and business perspective. I welcome our speaker, Mohammad Helmi Abad Wahab, who is currently working as senior lecturer and former head of Intelligent System Lab at Department of Computer Science Engineering, Faculty of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. He holds several research grants, won several medals in research and innovation, and awarded several publication awards and teaching awards. He has authored 2 books in database system. He has also served as guest editor and as deputy editor-in-chief in several international journals. I welcome you, sir. Now you can start your session.
Okay, thank you, the organizer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Professor Helmi.
Good afternoon, Professor Anurag. Right, thank you very much for your invitation. And then please allow me to share my screen. I cannot share my screen. I cannot share my screen because the host disabled the screen sharing. Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, just 1 second. Madam. Yes, sir. Yeah, Professor Helmi, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the chairman for introducing me, and thank you for the Professor Anurag for a very kind invitation to give some opportunity for me to share a little bit of my work in this university related to the AI development in most of the smart application. So at this point, we are focusing on the development of the smart application. Okay, due to our location of the university is located at the rural area. So most of these application, we are focused on the benefit for the community surrounding here. All right. So this is a little bit about me. So I'm currently working as a principal research fellow at the Advanced Telecommunication Research Center, University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. And I also as a visiting research fellow at the Center of Excellence on Advanced Computing, University Malaysia Perlis. Okay, so University Malaysia Perlis is located at the northern part of Malaysia. And our university, University Tun Hussein on University, is located at the southern part of Malaysia. All right. So I'm also serving as the executive committee for the IEEE System Man and Cybernetics Society Malaysia chapter. All right. So this is a little bit about the university location. All right. So my university is located at the southern part of Malaysia, which is around 1.5 hours from Singapore. Okay. And then about 3 hours from Kuala Lumpur. So if you intend to come here, it is advisable to land at the Singapore rather than the Kuala Lumpur. All right. And this is our new building of the library. Okay. And we have the chancellery at the top level as a chancellery office. And this is one of the public university. Okay. Public university was established in 1993. And this university fall under cluster of technical university. So in total, we have only 4 technical university in Malaysia. Okay, so one at the southern part is our university, UTHM. The second part is the University Malaysia Perlis at the northern part, and University Technical Melaka, and University Malaysia Pahang at the east coast and west coast, okay, of Malaysia. All right, so most of these programs in this university are focusing on the engineering programs. Okay, so we are focusing on most of the engineering programs and computer science as well. All right, so this is a little bit about the our center, which is I'm one of the principal research fellow here, which is Advanced Telecommunication Research Center. So which is a newly brand of the center. It's not a new center, but it's a rebrand center from the Wireless Radio Science Center before this. And at this point, we have only 43 PhD and master under this center. And then we have a few grants that support the R&D activities. And then at this point, we have about 9 principal researcher or principal investigator that are working full-time in this center. All right. And I also working under the cluster of intelligent computing, okay, at the University Malaysia Perlis, where I'm serving as a visiting research fellow. Okay, so most of the work that we done, we are collaborating with this kind of center, and we receive a little bit about grant and publish several papers about related researchers here. Okay. All right. So when we talk about AI nowadays, we talk about other technologies nowadays, we are considering all these kind of technologies falls under this cluster. We call it the IR 4.0 components. Okay, so we have about 11 components that cluster all our technology nowadays. Okay, ranging from artificial intelligence, big data, augmented reality, up to the
Hello.
advanced materials. Yes. All right.
Yes, sorry, sir. There is some disturbance from the audience side. No problem. Continue, sir.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we have also Internet of Things nowadays where people are talking a lot about the IoT and cloud computing. Okay, so under the area of the telecommunication, we are also working on the several applications on the AI and big data analytics and IoT. So my concern today is to give a little bit sharing about what we have done, the research and development, with collaborating with the government agencies, collaborate with the industries, and also the activities that we have done within the student in final year project and also the postgrad. Okay, so by sharing this kind of things, we do hope we can also establish the next collaboration between this university and your universities. All right. So this is a little bit about the history of Industrial Revolution. As we all know, our first Industrial Revolution was begin at 18th century. Okay, at that time we also focusing on the steam-based machine. There is no electricity. Okay, only the mechanical system. All right, and then we move to the 19th to 20th century, and we have electrical energy-based mass production. Okay, so at this time, we have some kind of electric sources or energy that can run the machine, right? And then we move to the late 20, we have the Industrial Revolution third, okay, 3.0. We have the computer and internet-based knowledge. Okay, and then now we have the early 21st century. We have the fourth industrial revolution, which is more focused on the development of AI revolution. Okay, so as we all can see that every application nowadays, including our mobile phones, including our washing machine, including our vehicle, okay, including our telecommunication, including our television, everything now has AI inside. Okay, so AI, even though has been introduced 16 or 17 years ago, okay, so the development of the AI keep progressing, okay, from several areas, okay, ranging from the knowledge-based system up to the intelligent system, okay, and then also the development of the expert system and the neural network as well. All right, so what we can see now, this revolution makes the technology mature. Okay, so now even though the AI is everywhere, okay, but now we are talking about the application. Okay, when we talk about the smart mobile phone, for example, we are not talking about AI, we are talking about the smart mobile phone that has AI inside. Okay, we are talking about your washing machine, we are not talking about the fuzzy logic inside, we're talking about the washing machine can react intelligently. When we have the smart vehicle, we are talking about the smart vehicle can have some mechanism to obstacle avoidance, okay, the self-parking. We are not talking about the AI itself, the technology that derive into this kind of action. All right. However, all this kind of AI technology is already there, okay, to help and assist, okay, human being in managing their daily life. All right. So this is a little bit about artificial intelligence. Okay, what is AI? So there is no well accepted definition about AI. However, AI also can be in many perspectives. So if you are talking about the computer science perspective, AI will talking about the intelligent algorithm, writing an intelligent code, for example. If you are talking AI in engineering, we are talking about the smart things, okay? How the smart things can be developed, all right? We are talking about AI in psychology, we will talk about how the psychology and AI can be integrated together, okay? How this AI can be used and reflect to the human lives, all right? So whatever definition that we have, okay, the main objective of AI is to make intelligent machine. That is the only objective, because we want to copy the intelligence from the human. We try to place that kind of intelligence with the representation, with the mathematical models can be put into the machine, so that we do hope that machine can react like human. Okay. All right. So in this case, the definition has been introduced by the John McAtee from Stanford University. They are talking about the more on the computer science perspective. All right. So that's why when the John McAtee talking about the intelligent machine, even though it's machine, we're talking about the inside the machine, which is intelligent computer programs or code, okay, source code. And then one which is related to the task of using computer to understand human intelligence. All right. Okay, so that one is only the definition. Okay. However, the definition of AI can be in many perspectives. It depends on the which application that we want to develop. Right? So this is a little bit about the history of AI, even though we have a very long list of AI timelines. Okay, so I just highlight a little bit of important things, okay, important notes here. Why important? Because these three guys, okay, these three guys, all right, the McCulloch and Pitts teams developed the first neural network. Okay, as we all know, the neural network has been popular since 1980. Okay, with the introduction of the Hebbian, with the Hopfield nets, with the backpropagation multi-layer perceptrons network. All right. So with this kind of early model of neural network, we can use in order to ensure that this system can be trained to learn something based on the previous or historical data. All right. So by the use of the neural network now, it's advancing the progressing of the neural network. Now we became the multi-back propagation. We have the deep learning now. Okay. So what's the difference between neural network and the deep learning? Okay, the main differences is neural network require data to be pre-processed prior fitting into the models. However, the deep learning, we can use that kind of data just feed to the model, so the models itself will automatically pre-process the data. Okay, that one is the main distinction. Because sometimes the people are talking about neural network, they are talking about the deep learning, which is the same thing. Yes, the engine is the same, but how the data will be fitted into this model is different. Okay, so that is the difference between the neural network and the deep learning. And the second one is the Alan Turing, okay, which is we call it some kind of the father of computing. Okay, Alan Turing is one of the mathematician, okay, British mathematician who introduced the Turing test. Okay, so the Turing test is to ensure that the model or this system is capable as the human. So the test is trying to prove that if the human cannot differentiate whether they are communicating whether with the machine or the human, then the Turing test is passed. However, during that time, all the tests is failed. Okay. Okay, but nowadays we have the advancing the AI, so we are develop most of the humanoid robot that can communicate with natural language processing, can process the queries naturally like human. Okay, so that it will closing the gap between the human and machine. All right. So and the last one is the SNARK system introduced by the Minsky and Edmond. Is one of uh, the popular person working on the first neural network computer in 1950. Okay, so these are some of the key points of about the history of AI. All right, and this is the history that we cannot forget about the how the kind of the term of AI, artificial intelligence. Yes, so the artificial intelligence now coined in 1956 at Dartmouth conference. Okay, and in the conference by this John McCarthy, right? So that all this term produced by the John McCarthy is how this word artificial intelligence is being used. All right. Okay, so what we can see now, we have three types of AI here. Okay, the first one we call it the artificial narrow intelligence. And the second one, we have the artificial general intelligence. And the third one, we have the artificial super intelligence. Okay, so when we talk about the artificial narrow intelligence, we're talking about the classical AI. Okay, we are talking about the weak AI. Okay, we are talking about the particular single narrow task, okay, done by the AI. Okay, for example, we have the machine to diagnose the cancer patient. We have the machine to diagnose the car broken. Okay, that one we call it the artificial narrow intelligence because that kind of system can work only on the particular task. If you are develop the system to solve the particular task, we call it the artificial narrow intelligence. that kind of intelligence is focusing on the very specific problem. However, when we talk about the artificial in general intelligence, we talk about the AI system is closing the gap like human. Okay, as we know, the advancing of the AI and the robotics technology nowadays, we have some kind of technology like robots. Okay, so we have Sophia, for example. Sophia can communicate, even though Sophia cannot work and cannot walk and talk fast like a person. However, they can talk naturally with the person. Okay, so that one is that we are moving, closing the gap between the artificial general intelligence. So what about the artificial super intelligence? That one is this. We still far from this point because this one just to prove that this system is superior than the human. Okay, superior than the human. However, it's still in the plan, and then it's still in the imagination. Okay, there is no reality application on the artificial super intelligence. All right, so these are the three types of AI. All right, so nowadays we are moving from the ANI to AGI. Okay, now people are talking about the system can move to AGI. Okay, what we can see from the science fiction movies, for example, we have the iRobot. Okay, or we have the Tamil movies, we have the Antiran. Okay, we have the Antiran, the story about robotics as well. Okay, and we're also talking about the Hindi films for the Rawan, for example. We're talking about the AI in games. Okay, okay, but for the Rawan movies, okay, it shows that the system is superior than human. Okay, the system is superior than human, so that the system can find the user from the things. Okay, so these are the scenario of the three types of AI. All right, and these are some of the application. Okay, the timeline of the AI development. Okay, as we can see, there is a lot of application, but I just highlight a little bit. So what we can see, we have the IBM Watson AI supercomputer. Now, as we all know, IBM has developed the debater. You know, the debater, the system can debate with the human. Okay, if you argue something with them, it will reply. Okay, so the IBM has developed about the IBM the debater. All right, and then we have the Google acquires DNA research, Facebook AI Lab. Okay, Facebook AI Labs, Boston Dynamics, okay, which is a robotics companies, is talking about the robots. We have the DeepMind, okay, DeepMind by Google, Baidu, okay, Baidu, and Jibo Robots, which is based on the MIT. We have the AlphaGo for the Google DeepMind. So there is a lot of development of this AI nowadays. However, these are some of the big player companies, okay, develop the AI system. All right, so we're talking about the AI application. Okay, so when we talk about the AI, the classical of AI application is an expert system, okay, which is expert system which is based on the knowledge representation, okay, knowledge based system. All right, which is the computer system that applies reasoning methodologies. That means we are trying to replace, okay, how the human reason. Okay, so how the human reason, we put that kind of technique into the system so that the system can reason based on facts. If we supply the symptom, they can investigate the facts. Okay, they try to find the root of the problem. Okay, however, at that time, we only have the knowledge in a specific domain. We don't have any general artificial intelligence system at that time. Okay, for example, what we can see, we have MySyn, the old medical expert system. Okay, can diagnose few diseases, right? And also we have troubleshooter. Okay, Even though in our Microsoft, for example, our Microsoft Office as well. Okay, in the help engine also we have AI inside that engine. Okay, we have some kind of expert system. You can ask the question inside that part, and then they will suggest you a few solutions, right? So that in the expert system as well is a computer system that achieves high level performance in task areas for human beings require years of special education and training. Okay, for example, if you want to troubleshoot a vehicle, okay, the vehicle problem. For those expert, they must use some expert knowledge, okay? But for the new or novice user, they might not be able to identify the problem, all right? However, to become an expert, okay, it requires special education and training. You need to go for degree, you need to go for masters, you need to go for special training, then you get knowledge. However, when we transfer, okay, the knowledge from the human expert into the expert system, so the system might be able to identify the problem in a seconds or in a minute. Okay, so they don't need to learn. We just want to put the knowledge-based system with the knowledge reasoning techniques inside, so that it can be done. All right. And then the second one is the robotics and sensory system, which is one of the most development nowadays. Okay, which is performing manual function from human intervention. Okay, we try to develop the machine that can help us. Okay, it's a robot. Okay, if we see now several restaurants, for example, now they have the robot waitress, okay, to entertain the customer. All right, and soft robot as well. We have bots, for example, agent-based system that put inside the system as the customer service. Okay, so in Malaysia, for example, we have the AirAsia low-cost airplane carrier. Okay, we have the Ava inside the AirAsia engine. So Ava is an agent that we use to entertain the customer, to receive the question from the customer and then send it to the customer service. Right, and then it will answer on behalf of the customer if the question is simple and understandable. So if the question is not understand, it will bring that question to the human expert. Okay, so that we call it AVA, the agent base for the ARCA. All right. And then also the development of the intelligent robots also become common nowadays. Okay, for example, the new car, for example, we have the very intelligent mechanism inside. Okay, a lot of function, a lot of AI function available in the vehicle nowadays. Okay, and these are some of these research that we done at our university. This one led by the Muhammad Shukri bin Ahmad. Okay, so he done the rapid modular prototyping system. Okay, for school student. Okay, school student. Okay, and then we received this one of the research we development of the STEM kits. Okay, and M2 commercialization grant. So this project also collaborate with two industry. Okay, one is the calibrator and one of for this producer for this item. All right. So we call it this as a RAMS. Okay, RAMS modular robotics platform. So this platform uses system frames and panels concept for building a robot. So we just build a robot like we assemble a Lego. Okay, no more screw, no more welding. Okay, just assemble like a Lego, then we can build a complete robot. Okay, it's like a 3D printed. All right. So these are the research that we done led by the Mr. Muhammad Shukri bin Ahmad. Okay, because this project also under the innovation lab at our university, then this kind of RAMS prototyping is now available in our lab. Okay, All right, so another AI technologies we're talking about is the speech or voice understanding, which is nowadays we want to translate of human voice into individual words and sentence understandable by a computer. Okay, but this one also become popular. As we all see now, most of the latest vehicle, for example, we have Ford, we have the voice recognition system, and our newly manufactured car, okay, by Proton, the model for X70, we have the voice command control, okay, to give the command for several function, okay. So these are some of these work that we done in the university. So we are developing about the apps that can my sign, we call it the my sign, okay, to translate the sign language from the mute people. Okay, as I mentioned that this one of the community based application, because we want to help the mute people communicate with the normal people, because most of these normal people unable to communicate with sign language. Okay, we are having difficulties in understanding the sign language presented by the mute people. So we developed this kind of apps and the smart glove. Okay, so the mute people will wear the smart glove and move their hand, okay, to talk as a sign language, while this application mobile apps connected with the smart glove via Bluetooth. Okay, so any movement, okay, is detected by the accelerometer and flex sensor. Okay, so the movement will be translated by the apps. So the apps will display what are the words saying by the mute people. Okay, and then we connect this word into the text to speech so that the mobile app will pronounce the word produced by the mute people. Okay, so this is a very interesting application, but this project is still ongoing. But now we are focusing on the how the normal people talking to these apps. So these apps will translate the word pronounced into the movement of fingers so that the mute people can understand. Okay, so that is the vice versa. Okay, so the glove is already finished, the apps is already finished, but we are talking about the engine and we include some kind of neural network inside to ensure that the accuracy of threshold, okay, because the movement of fingers is different from people to people. So if we don't set any threshold, the system might be too sensitive to detect, okay, what are the characters produced by these mute people. All right, so we have some grants here. Okay, right, we receive internal grants and we have the national grants to support this research. And then the achievement for this project, we already published 4 conference papers for this project, 2 journal papers, and 6 innovation medals. Okay, and also this project consists of 2 final year project and 1 PhD student are working for this project. And we also received 1 best paper award and 1 copyright for this project. All right. And also another AI technologies, we are talking about the visual recognition or vision system. So we are talking about the uh, uh, how the system looks, okay, to process the image. Okay, so the basic objective of computer vision is to interpret scenarios. All right. So what we can see now, we have, for example, here we have Sophia, we have Kismet. Okay, the system, a robotic system that can see us like a human see or human eyes. All right. Okay, so these are some of these projects regarding the computer vision that we are currently developing using the convolutional neural network algorithms. Okay, YOLO, YOLO version 4. Okay, so which is about the button mushroom, okay, detection. All right, so we just want to see the growth of this mushroom in a farm using the computer vision. Okay, so I can see, for example, we have the original input here and how the system detects and calculate, okay, calculate the number of mushroom. Is it the number of correctness is the same as the human see or not? Okay, so these are the still ongoing project here. Okay, and we don't have any grant for this project. Okay, so we have one journal paper here and 2 medals. Okay, 2 medals. All right. So the other AI technologies like artificial neural network, for example, there's one of the popular application of AI. Okay, because we have a lot of algorithms. Okay, most of hundreds of algorithms about the artificial neural network, ranging from HAP models up to radius basis function. However, we have more. Okay, this is just an example of the list of the algorithms. All right. And we also develop one of the simulator, okay, to ensure that the student can easily learn how the neural network works. Okay, so in this case, we are applying the back propagation algorithm because back propagation algorithm is the most complex algorithm compared with other algorithms. So that from there, we develop one simulator here so that all the parameters can be changed, visualized here, and we have the output here so that the user or the students can easily understand if we change the input here, okay, if we change the parameter here, what's changed in the output. Okay, so that it is easy to understand how the neural network works because we can change the epoch here, we can change the mean screen error here, all right, and then we can see the network architecture also here. All right, so that from all these kind of parameters can be changed, okay, during the running time so that we can see how the neural network works. Okay, how we know the model fitting, overfitting. Okay, how many epoch, so we can test everything through these simulators. And these simulators also, we are working with one of the companies in the Mavia system development, which is the software house who developed this kind of simulator. All right. Okay.
So start attempting your cursor's questions. Neelam and
All right.
Muslim also.
So we have the another AI technologies is intelligent agent, which is most focused on the development of the bots. Okay, but nowadays the bots is already so many in the many fields. All right. So it can be an intelligent agent and mobile agent. Even our handphone, our mobile phones nowadays, a lot of agent inside. All right. So what are the example of the agent inside our mobile phones? Okay, maybe the software is suddenly update. Okay, that one is the agent. Okay, the agent who identify there is another update for the software on the particular software. So the agent will update the software without notifying you. Okay, without the human intervention. All right. So if you have any incoming message, okay, so the agent will receive the message and will display into the message part. So it depends if you are associate your messaging service with other third-party software, so it will try to visualize the message into the third-party software. Right? That one is called intelligent agent. And these are some of the examples that we have. As I mentioned that this one is agent AVA by the ASIA, and this one is a Putri. We have the agent for Plus Highway, and we have the Shell LuberChat for the agent for Shell. All right, and also we have the agent inside the Microsoft Windows. All right. Okay, so these are some of the example. All right, these are some of the work for the development of the IRA chatbot for travel. Okay, we also doing this work at our center. And also the modern AI technologies, we have hundreds of algorithms, okay, about the nature-inspired algorithm, bio-inspired algorithms, okay. Also, we are working on the African buffalo algorithm, which is introduced by one of the PhD student in the Malaysia, University of Malaysia, Pahang, okay, talking about the African buffalo algorithm, okay. And these are some of the real application. Okay, I just want to go through this real application, okay. We have this smart recycle bin, okay, smart recycle bin, which is we have the smart recycle bin to process the recycle waste. Okay, it will receive the weight of the waste and then convert the weight into the points. Okay, so inside the engine, we have the panel to read the cards, and then we have the material classification engine to segregate the waste. Okay, so this one to prevent the misuse of the bin. Okay, so that all the waste thrown inside these bins, okay, we will measure the weights, and the weight will be stored into the front panel, and the card using the RFID will be read and store the points into the card, so that after that the authority will come to these bins and empty the bins and extract all this information and uploading into the workstation or cloud server. And the cloud server, we have the web portal, so the web portal will read the point so that the user can install this application into the mobile phone and check the points, how much point they gathered so far. Right, so this is a long-term project. It started since 2014, but until now we still have continued to upgrade, and this project already commercialized and we have some patents here. And then we have working with one of the government agencies where we call it the Smart Waste and Cleansing Authority, okay, from Malaysia government. All right, so these are some of the work, okay, you can see some of the work that we have done. Okay, so the motivation of this smart recycle bin, because the recycling rate in Malaysia is very low, okay, it's about 5%. Okay, and then we want to achieve this recycling rate up to 30%, right? And then we have to introduce the 3R code, okay, which is reduce, reuse, recycle concept. Okay, that one we call it robotics card. All right, and then so this is the current practice that we done in Malaysia. All right, we just collect the waste and then we put at the drop-off points. Okay, so the drop point will collect and weight, okay, measure the weight and then give the money to the collector. Okay, so this is the current practice. However, this practice, okay, only applicable for those who are having interest in collecting the material waste. Okay, the waste, and then for those who are not interested, they are not collecting it, and then they just ignore. All right. Okay, so also there are some issue is a misuse of facilities. So that is why we want to introduce this smart recycle bin. Okay, even though we already provide this kind of different bins for different waste, people are still mixed together with each other. All right. Okay, so these are the models that I just showing you the models here. All right, and then these are some of these activities from phase 1. Okay, we developed the solution here. All right, and then we have recognition from the gold medal. We have the best innovative products. We have the Taiwan Honor of Invention, okay, in 2013 and 2014 here. So this is our Deputy Ministry of Science, okay, testing our bin during that time. Okay, during our exhibition at one of the Malaysia Technology Expo. Okay, so this one visited by the Deputy Ministry of Science and Technology. So he tried our prototype. Okay, this one is a phase 2, the development of this local data processing center. Okay, which is we use this kind of center to extract data from the cards and uploading into the server. Okay, this one is a client-based application. And we have the phase 3 is a web portal, which is the user can check the points here, can redeem the voucher, all right? And then if you want to assign another bin, for example, we have new bin to locate at a new place, we can use this portal to record their location and then to tag, okay, that bin with the particular location, okay? All right, so these are some of the exhibition that we done in 1 million bottles organized by the Solid Waste and Public Cleansing Authority in 2015, which is, we can see is the second prototype. Okay, because during the commercialization process, there is always a change for the design of the prototype. Okay, and this is the third prototype. Okay, after revising from the industry, so there is no need to create a very big bin, so we can have the small bin like here. Okay, this one to measure the bottles, and we install this prototype, okay, at the Solid Waste Corporation, Cyberjaya, Malaysia, to in the as a pilot test, okay, to ensure that the end user can use this application. All right, and these are some of the achievement for this project. We received around five medals, okay, with 2 special awards, okay, and then 1 gold medal and 1 bronze medal. And these are some of the publications related to this project. We published four papers that relate to this project. All right, and after that we extend. Okay, we already finished the smart recycle bin, and we extend the project to extend the bin with the sum of the notification of signals, because once the bin is full, okay, the waste will be overflow. All right, so that we create another mechanism in the bin. So when the bin is full, it will send the notification to the authority. So the authority will receive the notification and sending the truck to empty the bin, so that it will prevent the bin from overflow. Because nowadays, as we all know, that most of the bin of the recycle bin is not always full. Okay, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. It depends on the number of users who throw away inside the bin. Okay, so these are some of the block diagram, okay, for the extended project for the smart recycle bin. Okay, and these are some of my student, which is basically they are undergraduate student. Okay, they involved in the exhibition, so they received the consolation prize at the Innovate Malaysia Design Competition, and the second prize for the IEEE final year project competition under track computer. Okay, and our research activities, okay, so these are some of these other activities by our colleagues, okay, inside the center. So we developed the remedial module augmented reality. Okay, these are some of the our colleague handle this kind of activities with his student. So you develop for the Red Mode AR application, okay, using Androids. Okay, it's some kind of games, okay, some kind of games that can help the guide and educate the user. All right, and this one also our collaboration project with Polytechnic in Malaysia. Okay, the development of the Regency OO. Okay, in order to provide the location. Okay, the location of the using the band, so the band will transmit the location. Okay, the wristband, so like this one. Okay, so it will send the heartbeat, okay, any temperature, body temperature into the mobile apps. Okay, just like the wristband on the market. Okay, so in this one also we received the gold awards, okay, at the Japan, okay, Japan Idea and Invention Expo, okay, this year. All right, and next we have the wearable safety vest. Okay, this one is for autism patient. Okay, so for the autism patient, we'll wear this vest, and this vest equipped with this Arduino, GPRS and GPS to send the notification of them during the movement. Okay. All right. So this one also collaboration project with this Polytechnic, Malaysia. All right. And this one on the agriculture part. Okay. Faulty sensor detection mechanism. Okay, for smart agriculture system. Okay, this is IoT system. Okay, this is the product here. Okay, this is our lab here. So that this our product is located here. So this is our equipment. All right, so our equipment, and then we have the sensor here. All right, so we use LoRa for the because it is long range to read the pH to read the pH sensor and the nutrient and the temperature and humidity of the soils. Okay, so that we can see monitor the humidity of the soil, because sometimes during the COVID there is no one come to the office. Okay, so from there we just monitor from home using the mobile phones. We can see whether this kind of soil still humid or need additional water. Okay, so all these are the automatics. Okay, we just monitor the reading from the mobile phones. All right. And this is another community application as well, which is we call it the intelligent mosquito trap system. All right, so this one of the we apply AI and IoT system in order to develop this IoT system to ensure this trap is intelligent, to attract the mosquito come to this trap and then lay eggs, so that we can kill that eggs with some chemical inside here. So the chemical will be monitored, okay, the temperature, the humidity, and the water level, okay, so that it will send this notification to the cloud server. All right. So this one also collaboration project with 3 university and 1 research center in Malaysia. Okay, with the UNISA and the University Malaysia Terengganu, and one of the MIMOS. Okay, so we received the gold medals and the silver medals during the exhibition. Okay, and silver medal in the International Malaysia Indonesia Thailand Symposium of Creativity, okay, in 2019. All right, in the Narathiwat, Thailand. Okay, so these are the teams for this intelligent mosquito trap system. And then we have the representative from each university and 1 research center here. And these are from the company, okay, who involved in the manufacture of this trap. Okay, and these are some of the on the related to smart vehicle. Okay, we call it the scooter, electric scooter. We put some intelligent notification system for batteries detection system. Okay, so it will detect the battery when the battery is degraded. Okay, it will send the notification to the manufacturer. So the manufacturer will contact the owner of this scooter, okay, to replace the battery. So the old battery will be reused by the manufacturer to produce the power bank. Okay, so that once they change the battery, the old battery collected back by the manufacturer, so the manufacturer will use the power bank. So it will support the green sustainability in the transportation part. Okay, so in this case, we are focusing on the battery management system, okay, to ensure that how and when the degraded battery will be detected and notified to the manufacturer. So these are the scooter that we tested here. We visit the company Iklimo Private Limited, okay, in one of the location in Penang. All right, so another visit for potential AI related projects. So these are some of the chili farm. Okay, we visit the chili farm here to ensure that any potential project that can be done or apply to this farm. Okay, so we bring our undergraduate student, we bring our postgrad student, we bring our colleagues, okay, to visit. So this is the farm owner. Okay, so after visit we discuss during the collaboration project to ensure what are the other community projects that we can develop inside the farm. Okay, so this is very interesting project and still running until now. All right, so this one also another visit to the frozen company, which is produce chips, okay, at the rural area. So all the process done manually. So we just propose to them anything that can be done in using the technology, for example, in packaging, okay, cooking, all right, in segregating, okay, segregate the material. Okay, so we just propose with them, and then these are also the newly project was introduced in 2019, and until now is still ongoing. Okay, and also we did some knowledge transfer program to the school. Okay, that's one. For this one, I'm teaching the IoT system to the school student. Okay, how to perform the very simple IoT system, maybe one day workshop. Okay, this one also another school, right? All right, so as a conclusion, okay, what we can see that the trend is clear. Okay, AI is everywhere. Okay, has taken place in many cross-domain application. Okay, I just mentioned you several application in waste management, in transportation, okay, in medical. All right, and development of AI become a major concern nowadays, as many hardware and software development involves AI as a part of the components, as most of the smart application nowadays use AI in minimizing the human intervention and optimize the efficiency of the current system. So I think this one also enough for my presentation. So I end the presentation. So I welcome any question, if any. I'm hand over to the chairman. Any question?
Good
Thank
afternoon,
you,
sir.
sir, for your interactive session.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
good
sir.
afternoon.
Sir, the simulation ANN that you mentioned in this PPT, sir,
Yeah.
that simulation is freely available, publicly available, or we have to purchase, or that I want to ask this. Is sir
Okay.
simulation? Yes, sir.
All right. The simulation software that I just mentioned. Okay, the simulation software that I just mentioned is about the back propagation, but now we upgrading with other algorithm, the neural network algorithm. For example, the one presented here is about the classification, and we just now ongoing developing about the radial basis function and then the cohorent feature maps. All right, so that the application is available, but we not yet sell to any parties, okay, because we developed that one for teaching purposes. Okay, so if you want to use it, you may email me so that I can give you a link to download the application. You can use freely available for the teaching and understanding the neural network.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Please share your email ID so I can mail you easily.
Yeah, I will share later. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your interactive session. Now I want to welcome our next speaker, Professor Dr. Satyaji Srivastav. He is professor and head at Sage University, Bhopal. He has over 18 years of teaching and industrial experience. His PhD in computer science and is an artificial intelligence developer, researcher, practitioner, and educator. He has published around 12 books and 55 articles in various journals. Welcome you, sir. Now you can start your session.
Thank you, Professor Helmi. Due to time constraints, we bind up early because Professor Satyaji have the class issue or some other issue is there. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, sir. Help me, sir.
Thank
We
you.
will
Thank you, Prof.
discuss. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
हाँ, एक बार फोन करती हूँ। रिमोट कहाँ है? देखो वहाँ पे है, एक बार ट्राई करके देखिए। और तो बैटरी चेंज करके क्या?
Kindly grant me permission to start.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Already there is a very good talk given by the international experts. Now I'm starting my sessions due to the time boundness. So our topic of this area of research is the applications of data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, health sciences, social and business prospects. That are your this international FDP is going on. I am taking care of all the aspects of related to the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all the promising area that are to be covered. So let's first we have a meaningful meaning that what is this machine learning mean to be. So it is simply a type of artificial intelligence that provide computers with the ability to learn without explicitly program. So what I am telling you in this, you remember like a lineage, like if you want to select an objects, if you want to select an object, first of all, you have to label that objects. And if the labeling is to be done, all of you have to take in care of what type of algorithms are to be followed. And based on this, we are able to predict the data and we are able to make the decisions that what we have. So let's consider this. Based on this, we have the three types of machine learning. The first one is the supervised learning. The first one is the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and
Good afternoon, Manya.
reinforcement learning. I am need be fast because we have concentrated on the healthcare. So these are the basic concepts of the machine learning that all of you are aware that if we are talking about the supervised learning, we have to label the training data sets. So first of all of you in mind, what we did with this training data sets is what the inputs that we are taking care of during the extractions of the data. We should know what the output it contains and what the input it is meaning. Meaning in this sense is So these things are covered in the supervised learning, but when the output are not known to us, we will go for the visiting of this data sets. If the output is not known, then we go for the clustering of the similar document. And based on this clustering or the unlabeled data, we are able to identify what are the patterns are to be covered up. And the third one is the reinforcement learning. It is based on the feedback of reward or the punishments. For example, if we are taking care of playing a chess, then we have the two options. First is called the winning, and the second is the losing of the data. Fine. So that is these three types of machine learning that we are known to us. But if we are taking this as an example, so how we will understand what is this machine learning is. So first of all, let's see that in the supervised we have a cube. Everyone understand that this cube has 6 sides for this storage. And all of you are known that it should be on the square. Then it is the input is already known and output is already known to you. So we go for the understanding the problems, that what it means. In the same way, you will understand that this supervised learning is mainly for the creativity of the data. Fine. And if we are going for this these things, if we have the glasses and the cubes are both are there, the output is not known. We have the input, but the output maybe then we go for this unsupervised learning. And if we give an award with the persons who pick the glass, then there is some reward. And if they are picking the cube, then it comes under the punishment cases. So this is the small introduction that I will show you in this machine learning, the specialization with the simple examples. Now, when we are observing this type of problem, it is when we are observing that this type of problem it is, then we go for this type. The first one is called the classification type, whether the problem is out of classifications or regressions or clustering anomaly detections. So for the classifications, if you see that if we have only the two outputs, the first one either it is in the form of 0, 1. If it is the binary classifications, that there I have only the two inputs, and based on these two inputs, we have to decide what output it contains. Like here we saw that there is the two buckets. One is the blue color and one is the green color. So then this is the binary classifications. When we go for the multi-class classification, means there are several colors of buckets are there. On that we have to decide. So these the type of problems we occur in the cases of supervised, that is classifications, and these are the regressions. If we want to plot, if it is the large data sets where these data sets are lies on the basis of this constraints, then this is the regressions. And if we want to make a grouping of the data, then we consider this as a clustering effect. And here you see that one pieces are of the red color, then it is anomaly detections. So these are the mainly some problem types that we should consider in the machine learning types. Fine. Then all of you have in your mind that what is this concepts is called the artificial intelligence. So all of you know that it is a popular branch of computer science that come with the building intelligent smart machines capable of performing intelligent tasks. This is the theoretical aspects that we are discussing. But you remember that what we have, if the machines will act like a human, then we say that it is an artificial intelligence. Means what the data in your mind, if the machines are able to operate like this, then we go for this artificial intelligence. Fine. Then let's see the history of this all the artificial intelligence. It will started in 1943 with the evolutions of artificial neurons. That the first steps that we have given, that how we will go for this. Then it moved to the 1950 where we understand the Turing machines. And this is in 1956 the birth of AI, that is held in the Dartmouth conference. And in 1996-66 we have created this chatbot. The name is called Eliza. Fine. And in the same way, 72 the era of robot came, that is the Weber's one. And the first AI winners in the conference in 1974 to 80s. Then the era of expert system lies. Then all the tools are used in 87 to 1993. This is called the second AI winner. 1997, the IBM will be taking care of all those things, and now the IBM involved this AI techniques for the world chess champions. 2002, all the AI at home in the name of the Roomba, the first time. And then the era of Watson going on. Nowadays also going on, that is the IBM Watson wins a quiz. So 2012, Google's implemented in many ways. 2014, chatbot. 2015, Amazon Echo. After that, all these things are to be implemented using this mobiles and all those things where we can go for impact our lives. That is how you will see that it will be involved everywhere, either in the form of Androids or the cameras or Instagram or Google locations, e-commerce, even the banking, and even the wireless cars which are saying sending this. So it will nowadays every aspects of AI are to be taken care on the base of this impacts of our life. Fine. And if we are going for the survey, what the AI market shares are looking for. So these are the sharing that I have used this data from the Gantt research space from the 220. You will see that the most important part is the healthcare. Fine, where it will be taking care of almost all the percentage of this. We go for the BFSI, law, retail, advertising, media, automotive, agriculture, manufacturing, and others. Means every part is to be nowadays it is shared with the help of the AI markets here. And how these are integrally related with artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Due to the span of time, please, my dear faculty members, I will definitely took the important things. It should be an introduction to artificial intelligence. What it means, it is a technique which enables computers to mimic human behaviors. That is only the artificial intelligence. Now transposed to the machine learning, where we are able to find the patterns, and based on these patterns, are you able to design a model or not? So it is an ability. The first one, artificial intelligence, is a technique, where machine learning is the ability to find the patterns in data without explicitly being programmed. Fine. So here we are going for all the types of models, which type of model it is, and which category it is, like whether it is for the unsupervised, supervised, reinforcement, or semi-supervised also. But deep learning is using purpose. Means we are using the neural network model with many hidden layers. Means if there is a concept like this, you will remember these three terms if you want to integrate with this. Artificial intelligence is the technique, where the machine learning is the ability for finding the patterns, and deep learning, we have to use the neural networks that are to be taken care of. These are the mainly applications areas of where AIs, where all the teams are really concentrated on this. We can use for the agriculture management system, equipment, healthcare. We can use for this the imaging, medials records, translations, text or audios, or for the manufacturing, industrial, and robots. Right? So these some areas are also associated with this. If we see one by one, AI in agriculture, so you will find it. We are recognizing the potential crop defect with the help of AI. It means if you see here, the tomato is to be captured with the help of the mobile camera, that is through the drones, and they are identifying it whether it is in the rotten formats or some other formats. So by the identifying the defects, the user are able to generate the pictures to the soil regeneration procedures, guides, and other possible solutions, whether there is a solution for this or not. So this is the ripe tomato. So we are able to find this is in the agriculture area. We are this thing. Now, if you find it that it should be always monitored by the drone with the help of the AI technique, that either you go for the planting the drone, or for this with the help of irrigations using the drone, or soil analysis based on the drone, or the crop monitoring, or the crop sparing drones, or health assessment with the help of the drones of the what the plants are at this position. So these are the really very beauty of this AI, and this AI involves everywhere. So we can take care of all these three with the help of the AI techniques and with the help of this tools called the drone, where we are able to capture this image, and after that we analyze it, and we are able to form some models, so that we are in the process for creating the things. So this is the one of the areas in the agriculture. And what the facts and figures that we are creating with this, if the persons are using this precision farming, this is the relief is a 61.8% to this. But when we are going for the drone analysis, this is of the little bit purple colors and the agriculture robots, how they are using and how they are moving through the livestock monitoring and all those things in a great way. Means the size of the market will be increases by the 2025. This is the Asia Pacific AI agriculture market size. What we are the fact that we are covering with the help of this techniques. Now, the important is when we are taking care of AI in healthcare. So now you will see that there is the concepts of that is called the virtual assistant for the staff. What is this virtual assistant for the staff? We will take in care in the details. But at that point, you understand that if someone are going for visiting any hospitals, what your main task is to diagnose the first instances of the symptoms. That this should be done by this virtual assistants, whatever the blood pressures and what is your ECG or weight or what the factors, even they are taking care of this cholesterol thing. So these things are to be done with the help of the virtual assistants. And after that, they involve this is called the image diagnosis with the AI and ML. In the cancers, when we go for the gangrene or malignance, at least you are able to understand where it is going. Now, AI in pathology, robot-assisted surgery, and rare disease decisions with the AI. So these are the common things that we are taking care in the healthcare. So what I have discussed this, let's take one by one. So you will feel that when we are implemented AI in healthcare, it will save mainly 70% doctors and 20% nurse time, fine. And the Covera Health is utilizing this collaborative data. This is the how to change the diagnosis world with the help of healthcare, fine. And you will see this, there is an drug discovery tools that is called the AtomWise, which is the streamlining drug discovery, in which we can extract insight from millions of experimental affinity that will measure the protein structures to predict the binding of small molecules to the proteins. So this is the one of this. And what are the facts related to this 2018 to 2025? You will see the medical imaging diagnosis is is little bit rarely increasing with the help of this drug discovery, therapy planning, hospital workflow, wearables, virtual assistants, and others. So these are the areas we should concentrate on these things, and it should be a very big market that all of you are saying. Now, if we are taking care of AI in e-commerce, so this is called the market basket analysis, where the customer who bought this item also bought this. Fine. This what we like to enforce to you. That this is everyone knows that this is an era of Walmart, the e-commerce sites, where there is a difference between this. The e-commerce you are able to view and then recognize, and based on this, you will find which one products are you pertaining to search. But when you are going for this physical exercise of the Walmart showrooms, then you have to identify which area they are segmented, either in the form of the geographical test or the demographic test. So this is the amazing how they are using this in the e-commerce. First of all, they are taking the sites. The first of all, visitor visits the e-commerce sites. After that, they add the product to the shopping cart. Then he are able to place an order. Then online payment and checkout. But in between, what you see that these two techniques are the AI-based recommendations. And this visitor, when browsing the websites, they have options based on their previous reviews that which products you are liking most and what the products are now in our this e-commerce baskets, the website that they are whether you are the only the quality type of customers, or you want to reduce the prices, means you are the which category of the customers you are, whether you are from the A category or B category or C categories, that they can analyze with based on their previous browsing history, and based on their previous browsing history they are able to do it. But when you are a new customer, then they try to promote you the every segmentations, that whether it is for the electronics or the that is the clothes, or you are looking for some food types of things. So they have identified when you are these two techniques, adding the product and browsing, these two effects are called the AI based recommendations. After that, there is a concept of that is called the AI based virtual systems. What they are doing, they are collecting all the information that you added in the product and how to make this audit. And after this two online payment and checkout, we are using this AI based chatbots. So this is the simple how this AI occurs in the e-commerce. If you find this is the Twiddle, which is used for NLP for e-commerce search. So you will find it. These are the tags that we are involved in the same senses that if you are searching for the red t-shirts, and then if you are searching for the words like red dress, search for the under $20, then it will be show every time. This whether it is the ladies kurta or the shirts or for the child's one. So this is the searching criteria that we are using with the help of the Twiddles, and these are the tags that we are creating at the runtime, which area they are going for searching the items. This is called the Twiddles. And the facts related to this based on this AI and this IoT data for the retailers, big data solutions for IoT data is 77%. Tracking sensors we go for 75%. And if you are only for the cognitive computing, 72, sensor for tracking customer 71, and the location based marketing we are interested only 70, and inventory and supply and chain automation 65. So this is the investment in AI and IoT technologies that we feel by the 2021 end of the 21. These are the latest trends in AI. The first one is the computer vision. Then we go for conversational interface, intelligent drone, blockchain as a service, and the contextless payments. So these are the trends that we all of you are flowing. Then this is the era of drones and the blockchain. Fine. If we are this is the latest advancement in AI. During the COVID, the artificial intelligence for MRI helped overcome backlog of exam due to the COVID. So for what we are taking care of these things, so you will find this is the Drell Snakes explain use of AI in MRI workflow. So you will find it will be scan this times makes T2 old is 3.43, but new it will be given 1.54. But when we are moving through this, you will find it will be almost optimized in the almost all the cases. Here it will be looking similar 5 when we are going for this things. Now the second thing is that this is called the deep fake, where bringing out picture to the life. All of you see this, how the facial images is transformed into the video sequences. Fine. So it is the references that we face in the blockbuster, and this is our result. This is the third one. The instance that's a fully automated driving and the rollouts of the robotaxis in the China. This is the fully automated driving robotaxis which the Chinese have developed, and they're already in the boats. This is the iRobot, smarter home robots. How the robots are to be used and how it's to be covered by taking care of all the room size, identifying obstacles, and remember the most beautiful routes for the cleaning. So this is the another advancement in the AI. This beautiful image that you all don't know, this is called the Sophia. This is the Hansen Robotics. building humanoid robot Sophia. And this is the advanced social learning robots where it can efficiently communicate with the natural language and use facial expressions to convey human-like emotions. So this is the one of the beautiful advancements based on the AI. The Sophia are able to identify your expressions, and based on your expression, facial expression, they are able to respond it. This is the Hansen's robotics. And if we are going for this image, the state of development medicine, without the medicines, how you were able to identify this, the healthcare? So it is the based on this image evaluations, we are going for this also one of the applications of ML, which are able to support the decision supports for promising market. So here you will find it. Okay, this is the Marco hex, which are identifying for the tumors, and based on these tumors, we are able to take the decisions how we are taking care of all those things. These are the applications of AI medicine. Has two main branches. The first one is called the virtual branch, and the second one is the physical branch. Fine. So here we are mainly empowering the repetitive work, empower doctors, augment the professionals, offering the expertise and assistance. We are able to manage the waiting time and automating time of the schedules. Fine. And it will be devised, it not replace the clinicals. So you understand, everything is the AI and the deep learning, but it never this thing. These are the artificial intelligence used in the medicines, the virtual. How we are going for the supervised and unsupervised and then post-based learning. So ability to find the patterns. What is the previous patterns they have? What are the previous diagnosis that we have given to the patient? And based on this classification and this, we are able to identify what is the solutions for this. And this is the reinforcement learning. These are the benefits of the artificial intelligence, where we are able to early diagnosis the thing. We give the feedback on the treatment, reinforce the non-learner diagnosis, the errors, increase patient safely, AI system. Means AI is everywhere. That how you are able to learn the things, recognize the things, implement the things, and go for the patterns that you are looking for this. So at least you are able to diagnosis in the form of positive, negative, and uncertain. These are the main three outputs that you are taking care of. Means the input for this is the symptoms. Whether you are telling that you are suffering from some chest pain or like this, so then what are the steps that you are taking care of? Then if you have an analysis of the cough or the headache like of thing, so which area that it will be transformed. Then there is the concept of biological chemical analysis, where you are testing all the urine and bloods and all those things. And the other features that we are going as an input is which age they are, whether they are the teenagers or the seniors or which or the in the younger or which stage they are. And again, the second feature is the gender, male, females, or transgenders, whether they are smoking or non-smoking, whether they're drinking and all these. Based on this various inputs, we are using these models, and we are able to identify whether we go for which direction or which parameters they are, whether they are in the plus, minus, or this is positive, negative, uncertain. If you see here, we have shared the images of the cancer classifications, how it should be done. So based on this image input by the object detections, and we are able to identify which stages they are. Fine. This is the artificial intelligence in medicine, the physical branch. So all of you are see this. Okay, we are including the physical objects, how they are able to understand with the sample of this, and we are able to identify the location and navigations or the Zigbee local area network, and identifying one by one. These are the sensors or the wireless accommodators. So these are mainly, you will see this. This is the sophisticated robots for delivery of care, robots for the surgery. Means they can pick anything that is requirement of the patients or the calling by the doctors. So how we will taken care of all those things. So these are the areas that we are interested, and these robots, this is called the care boards, which is we all are doing for the surgery purpose. This is the one of the physical aspects. Now, how to use the robots to deliver treatment? This is the one of the most predominant area for the robotic surgery. So you will see here, this is the state of what we have made. First of all, the patients will give all the inputs and the psychotherapist will be taking care of this. Now, in between this, we have generated one mediator that is called the care robot. They are not directly interacted with the remote care human doctors first. If they are not able to, these robots are not able to solve the issues relating to the problem diagnosis by this care robot. If some anomalies came, then they send the signals to the remote care doctor, and the remote care doctors will give the solution. So this is the care model that we are using with the help of this robots. Fine. So if we are taking care of the first questions, what I have said that these part is the models that we either it is a first of all it is a, here you will see that it is a supervised learning. Means every symptoms or the inputs are known to this care robots, and they can perform their communication directly to this patients and this thing. If they are not able to solve it, then it is going for the unsupervised, because there is the input are so different from the what they have already there. Now this is going to the remote care human doctor. Now they can insert the intelligence in that mode, and now this robots will be taken care from the future as well. So this is the how the user of robots to monitor all those things. Fine. So this is the treatment that we will taken care with the help of the robotic surgery. Now, as for the time constraints, I have finished a little bit earlier and too fast, because the first task is that the students are so important for taking care of due to my unavailability of the times, and a little bit the more the concepts are to be taken care by our earlier speakers. He introduced that the things are to be in a very nice way, and we are enlightening only the key factors that how this AI advancements are going on in every sections. So that's all from my side. Ma'am, thank you. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your knowledgeable session.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions? Thank you, Anurag sirs, and all the team members of the universities. Little bit time constraint, so I am taking so fast. So to understand your importance, and if you have any query related to this, you can share it on this email IDs. Thank you, all the members.
Thank you, Professor Satji.
Thank you, sir.
The special time for us.
Thank you all the participants for attending the FDP. Tomorrow, you can join the FDP at the same time and using the same Zoom link.
Thank you, everyone.